What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Sensible Solutions Coaching Podcast, episode 11. With you, as always, is Trey Bruffy and Austin Stout from Integrated Muscle and Health, and then Jeffrey Sue, Eric Alper from First Call Up Fitness. How's all y'all's weeks or month going? Because it's been a few weeks since we've talked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eric, you want to start?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It was really, really good month for me. Actually, I got some really good news. Um, I guess I didn't really talk about this too much, but I took last year off from competing because I got some health news about my heart. I did some preemptive testing, just because I'm big on testing. I got an echocardiogram, expecting everything to be fine, and I had some left ventricle hypertrophy, and my ejection fraction was down to 51%. Which, depending on the doctor you talk to or the chart you look at, that's either low normal or early stage heart failure, which is really scary. So, took the whole year off, from competing, just cruised, on test and a little bit of primo for the whole year, and got rechecked. When was that?
Oh, 2 weeks
Couple
ago.
weeks ago, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um, and as you can imagine, I was super nervous, super anxious, and then it came back perfectly good. Totally reversed, 59% injection fraction. So felt like I won the lottery. I was so happy. So back full tilt, starting an off season, and hoping to, hit nationals again next year.
Was that
So
the first echo that you'd had done?
yes.
Okay. So you didn't
So I had
have any
nothing to compare it
point
to.
of reference necessarily.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Gotcha.
So it was a big experiment the whole year. Like, is it going to reverse? Has it been like this forever?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? So I eliminated all the low hanging fruit. Like I was using nicotine, like pouches and stuff. So I cut that shit out. Added in every heart supplement you could imagine. Kept cardio in all year. Obviously took the gear down to just TRT levels, and it all worked. It all worked. It was amazing to see.
Awesome.
So that was my big win.
No,
How
that's
about you
great.
guys? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. For me, I mean, kind of similar boat with Eric. I mean, people know that I had heart issues as well, and I had AFib, and I did get tested recently, and I don't have my echo yet until January, but they did test my NT pro BNP, which is a marker for heart failure, and mine's been below detectable limits for over a year now. And I've been out of AFib for a year, and it did an X-ray on my heart. It was normal sized. But goddamn, I'm still on like four different medications. And I'll tell you, like when you're on like an ARB, like you get this nasty dry cough that
Oh
just
yeah.
like catches you at the worst moments. And it's because of the increase. I think it's the increase in bradykinin levels, and it causes the nerves within your lungs to just be a little bit more like sensitive, and so you'll have like a reflex like cough, and you just start hacking. And I was just like, is my heart failure getting worse? Like, and I'm like checking my ankles. I'm like, are my ankles swelling? I'm like, no, they're not. The X-ray was good. The NT-Pro BAP is good. And I told my doctor, I was like, listen, like, you got to get me off this ARB like stat. So like, I'm waiting for his response there. Um, but other than that, I messed up my right shoulder again. I was being stupid and put too much weight on the incline bench 2 weeks ago because a buddy of mine was at the gym and he egged me on. And being that
Is that what happened? You didn't tell me that.
I'm still like
That's so funny.
fucking 21, stuck in a 41-year-old's body. I'm an idiot sometimes. So yeah, I went for it, and he was just like, "Yeah, one more rep, get six." Like I could barely squeeze out five, and then like I went for the sixth rep. I was like, and I was like, "Take it, take it." But I should say one good thing is like business has been really good, and been investing a lot in the business. Eric has taken the charge here. Did I freeze up?
Yeah, you froze, but we can still hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. We'll let the camera do its thing.
Yeah.
Eric's been taking the charge with the logo redesign and some merch that we're going to be selling. He's been running some tables at shows and stuff, just getting our presence out there a little bit more. And very happy with you taking the charge on things.
Cool, man. Thanks. Yeah,
So
no
yeah, we're
problem.
just expanding our reach, our presence. Yeah.
Are you guys doing for the merch? Are you doing like a drop ship store? Or are you ordering it?
We order
We're
it.
just ordering. Yeah.
Ordering it
Yeah.
in?
Dropship would be cool, but we're just gonna feel it out, see if there's even a demand for it. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of just for fun more than anything.
Yeah.
It's not like there's not a demand. I mean, there's a demand, right?
Well,
But it's not
demand,
like,
but more what I meant is like, will anyone buy it?
well, yeah, and
Go-to
I'm sure
clients.
people will definitely
Yeah.
buy it. It's just like I don't think coaches are gonna be like my clothing is, a passive income source. Like that's
No,
not,
no. We talked
you,
all about that. Like, are we trying to
you
make
know what I
money off
mean?
this, or are we just trying to put our logo on some stuff? You know, and
For sure.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
But I think it'll be cool. It's gonna be a little different than the stuff Jeff made in the past. Maybe, see if people
I
like
mean,
it.
if
See if
you
you guys
sell it
like
to your clients, like when I did that, I did it where it was like a pre-order link and they had mass order and then they would just ship directly to the clients.
Oh, that's cool.
I made, I think, $600 in a 2-week span of just doing
Oh,
that.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
people will buy it.
it'll buy, I mean, I always just did it with my own clients
Hmm.
because it worked well. And then I would buy, at the time, I bought a bunch of extra and just paid the low price,
Hmm.
wrote it off, and I just resold it to clients and just kept the cash.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, we're doing like a small run. I think
Yeah.
just up 50, I think, right? It was just 50 pieces, Jeff?
The smallest run I think is like 28 to 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even smaller. So yeah, we're doing a real
Yeah.
small run. Yeah.
Uh, we're using a friend of mine who printed the original black hoodies, but we're making the logo a little bit more inclusive and without the bodybuilding trophy style logo on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
So
Right on.
Yeah.
Trey, what you got going on?
Nothing much. Business has been picking up probably the last 3 or 4 weeks. Past clients coming on. I've had people randomly referring people all of a sudden. I don't know what it is because August and September were a little bit wonky for me. It's still good months, but it wasn't like it typically would be. So that's a good thing. Still
Good.
training. And then I'm working on some other stuff on the side, some supplement stuff. Austin, you and I have talked a little bit about it with Dave's company.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get that over here to the US. That'll be kind of Valerie's thing to do. Um, but other than that, there's nothing much going on.
Right on.
Yeah.
sometimes it's
Eric,
good.
I was looking at pulled up my echocardiogram that I had a few years ago because I
Oh,
was like
yeah.
curious because I haven't looked at it because I'll probably get another one here eventually, but I was
Yeah.
like, what was my ejection fracture?
Yeah. What was it?
Uh
Is it
so it just
fracture or fraction?
fraction.
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 Okay, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Left ventricle systolic function normal, blah blah blah. Chamber dimension is normal. It just says 60+%. So it must not.
Oh, so because normal is 55 to 65.
Yeah.
So you're just fine, probably.
Yeah, it just
No.
says 60. It just says 60+%. So I must be like in that.
Yeah, because I know too high is bad too.
Yeah, it says
But that would
60
probably get
plus or minus 2%. So I would
Oh, so you're
assume,
great. You're right in the sweet
yeah, it's
spot.
like somewhere. Again, that was a few years ago. Probably get
Mhm.
another one done. But did that whole spiel, did a calcium score CT and all that,
Yeah.
Good.
all
If
that
This is
stuff.
if anyone bodybuilding is watching this, get your heart checked. Because and doctors won't do it. Like I had to go to a private practice guy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, if
But I
you
will.
tell your doctor, like you have, like what I did is I just told my doctor because it's when I stopped competing. I think I was 24, 25. I just told him everyone in my family has died from it. And they sent me straight
There you
to
go.
there and did it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Family
but if you
history.
just say, I hope my heart's okay, can I check it, please? They're like, go fuck yourself. So
Yeah.
like, but if you say something like that, or what I was told is the secret phrase is I'm having shortness of breath during exercise.
Yeah.
Apparently that's like the insurance phrase that they can put down and get everything covered. So if you go to your primary care guy and say that, you'll probably get some kind of check.
Yeah, like if you tell him like your past history, I mean, my doctor, he was very much aware of like my PED use. So he didn't even sweat eye doing it, but he'll also pull anything I want. He
There are
gave
some
me a
good
script. Like,
doctors. There are some gems
yeah.
out there. Most of
Yeah.
them are
If you
not.
find like a DO will do it. MD might be a little bit harder, but DOs are pretty flexible.
What's DO?
What does it stand for? Is it shit?
Um,
Good question.
It's different than medical
Yeah.
doctor, MD.
yeah.
I'm not
Um,
sure. I never heard that.
Osteopathic medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well,
And that's who I've always seen.
I've got Serrano, so he's just
Right.
like, what do you want?
That's good. Good. That's
Yeah.
what you need. That's what you need.
I
To
did
find.
the calcium.
do,
Remember, I did the calcium score too, and he texted me. He's like, "Your calcium score is 0, you dickhead. You're fine."
That's great. That's what you want, right? I didn't
Yeah,
do
he
a calcium
texted.
score. I probably
He
should.
texted.
Yeah, go and
Well,
do that.
the calcium score CT has some shortcomings because it doesn't really check soft plaque, but the thing is, calcium scores are cheap out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
pocket.
It's like
Oh, okay.
$50.
Dude, they're cheap.
What?
That's not
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
I
Holy
mean, I think
moly.
mine was like $90. Again,
Okay.
So
probably
worth it.
based
So
on
worth
the
it.
area.
If you go to like a rundown place, it'll be like 50 to
They're
What
fairly,
kind of a test is it? Imaging?
yeah. So calcium score CT, they'll just push you in, basically just put like heart monitor on you, and they'll just put you in a CT scan in and out. It's just going to check heart, major arteries in that, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't check. The thing about the calcium score CT is it can't really detect soft plaque. Here's the thing though, is that generally, not always, but if you don't have any hard plaque, you probably don't. Dolan's going to quote me on this, but you probably don't have much soft plaque.
Okay.
You probably don't have a lot of plaque formation in general. One thing I've taken for years is I use a product from Life Extension called Arterial Protect, which has pycnogenol in it.
That's in my stack.
Yeah, so the pycnogenol has a lot of good research on protecting against soft plaque. So if anyone out there is like does have hard plaque or is concerned about like soft plaques and getting clots from that, it's easy insurance policy. That takes some, K2, vitamin D and K2 combo. And maybe if you have like clotting history and stuff in the family, I think most people would probably benefit from like some nattokinase.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've done that. And then I've had like fibrinogen and D-dimer and like clotting factors and stuff checked. Knock on wood, I have history of high blood pressure in the family, but I don't really have history of like heart attack and stroke.
Good.
So yeah, but yeah, I think probably something most people don't check that should at some point in their career, sooner rather than later.
I remember I checked mine. I was expecting my calcium score to be crap. It was a 0, and that was back when
I
my
remember you
HDL
said that
was
you were telling us how you were like really abusing your body, let's say.
Yeah, my
And then you were
HDL
like,
was
my
a
heart was
1.
fine.
Yeah, my HDL was like a 1 or a 2 for years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was perfect. Like I just pulled up my results. Yeah, my calcium score was 0. And there's no left ventricle growth.
That's wild.
Ejection
That's
fraction
crazy.
was great. And heart issues does actually run in my mom's side of the family, not my dad's. But I've never had an issue with like high blood pressure or anything like that. I
The
mean,
thing that's so scary is that so mine was only slightly down. Like Jeff, when he got his, was like way down. Neither of us were having symptoms.
Yeah, mine
but
was 18%.
he almost died. That's
Your
like,
ejection was?
My ejection fraction was 18%.
Oh shit. So that's rough.
But I didn't feel anything. I was still like doing hit cardio. I was still walking, like training. I didn't feel out of breath. I didn't feel anything.
more reps than me on any high rep shit we ever do. Yeah. And then they only caught it because you went under for a surgery.
Cosmetic operation. That's how
Cosmetic
they
thing, and they caught it. Yeah, that's so like, I could have just been losing percentages every year and not even known it. And that's how these guys just like drop dead from heart attacks. There's no symptoms.
well, if you do your
checks,
like, you're not an AFib or anything yet, right?
Me, no.
But you just got your CPAP, right?
I did. Yeah, it's back there.
If you do that, you're going to be in a good place.
Yeah,
If you just
it's
cover
so,
that.
dude. I was thinking of you. It's so hard to sleep with that fucking thing. Oh my god, I put it on every night, and I can last like a little longer. I can almost fall asleep, and then I wake up like in a panic with this thing on my face, and I rip it off. My god, I gotta. There's like sleep coaches and stuff through the company. I gotta start reaching out and
Get some
figuring
coaching
out.
on sleep.
Serious, dude. It's so hard. It is the thing strapped in your face and it's blowing air in your mouth and like it's weird. You can feel the heat from your exhale on the mask. It's so just uncomfortable. But I need to figure out how to just deal with it.
It's funny.
Yeah, so that I can get bigger.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Well, speaking of getting bigger, we're talking about holiday eating.
There we go. Good
Uh,
segue.
That's how
so
you get bigger.
yeah.
Yeah,
Eat
because
for
So
I
the
you
was
get
going to
holidays.
ask,
bigger.
what are y'all
Eat
doing for the
inside.
holidays? And then we can go into segue like how we would handle it and that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am going over my parents' house, and my mom's just making, traditional turkey stuffing, potatoes, veggie. Probably have like a cheese board, some pies, which I don't really have any interest in eating. I'll probably just have probably like some couple slices of turkey, two big spoonfuls of stuffing, and veggies. I don't like potatoes. I eat potatoes all the time.
Yeah, it's not really a cheat
They're
food.
not special to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Wait,
So.
What about you, Eric?
so okay, it's a big deal for me. I'm meeting my girlfriend. Her name's Emma. We've been dating for just a couple of months now, but I'm going to be meeting her family for the first
mm,
time. They invited me over.
so you
Oh.
have to eat.
Huh?
You have to eat.
Oh, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat.
Oh
It's off
yeah,
season. I'm not
yeah, yeah,
dieting.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
okay. They're
Yeah.
doing she told me it was funny because when she pitched it to me, she's like, "Yeah, the food's not really like a big deal for us, and sometimes we just have pizza." And I was like, "What?" But I guess they're gonna get it like catered by one of the grocery stores. I don't know. And then her brother requested deep dish pizza. So it's going to be a full Thanksgiving, traditional turkey thing and some sort of deep dish pizza. So pretty
Excellent.
excited for that. Um, and I mean, yeah, what's my plan? I mean, I'm just going to eat. I'm going to have a nice meal and some dessert and maybe a piece of pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
But
you, Austin? Are you
yeah.
going to your dad's or somebody?
Yeah, we'll do two. We'll go to Michelle's dad's house and then we'll go to my parent, well, vice versa. We'll go to my parents first and then we'll go to hers. It'll be traditional type
Yeah.
stuff. Probably, I don't know if they'll have ham or not, but definitely turkey and all that stuff. I could take it or leave it. Like I mean, I like it enough to
Yeah.
eat it, but I don't like it so much that it's like I feel like I have to gorge myself. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But also, I'm maybe you guys can relate. I'm so like desensitized to food at this point.
Oh yeah.
Um,
It's not
it's
special
not
when you're
it's just
pushing
not that
through.
it doesn't taste good, but it's very, very rare that I have the urge to
Yeah.
overdo anything. You know, it's just not now, granted, if it's like the very end of prep or something when you're super, super hungry, that's like a unique situation, obviously. But outside of that, and then if you're really far into the off season, I'm just definitely not hungry. you know, so
I
I
think
don't
that
know.
comes with age,
Yeah,
age of like, being
Yeah.
involved in fitness and stuff,
yeah,
the
maturity
experience age.
definitely
Yeah.
definitely like maturity as a bodybuilder and competitor. I think not everyone necessarily reaches that point, but a lot of people do. Which yeah, so for us again, it won't be anything big. I'll probably have one normal meal in the morning and then I'll have two Thanksgiving meals and
Call it a
rock and
day.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, I thought of how I'm going to handle the day, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing,
For
Trey?
us, we're just going to Valor's parents. I'll smoke the turkey that morning. And
Oh, you're going to
then,
cook?
yeah, I do the turkey every year.
Oh,
So
cool.
I got to go buy a new smoker today or tomorrow because it crapped out last night. So I'll smoke that. Valor make the apple pie and macaroni. And then we do ribs because her brother has like a poultry allergy. So he can't have chicken or turkey or anything. So we always just have ribs. But I'm not really into the Thanksgiving stuff. I've never been into the food. Like, I'd rather have a burger and fry. And to be honest, like her mom makes Buckeyes every year because the Michigan Ohio State game Saturday. So she makes that for the big game Saturday.
What's
I
a
will
Buckeye?
probably just, you know what a Buckeye is?
No.
Oh my
Does anyone
Like
know?
gosh.
Am I the
chocolate
only
with the
one?
peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
it's a dessert.
Yes. You got to
They're,
buy them. You got to
they're
Oh,
try them
good.
and
okay.
make them. Like, that's all I will eat. I will show up and I'll binge on that. And then I'll probably pass out. And then I'll fast Friday and I'll do it again Saturday at the game. And then I will pass out again because I'm not
Nice.
into all the other stuff. Like, that's just how I am.
So you
So,
like desserts?
well, not even desserts. If it's not chocolate or peanut butter, I don't like it. So if it's like regular cake, I don't like it. If it's pies, I don't like it. So, and also knows me, I'm picky about everything. Like we've went
Very
to Mexican restaurants. I've gotten kids chicken nuggets and French fries
Oh,
because
you're
I
a
don't
picky
like Mexican
eater.
food. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. I
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of picky eaters who are like in the fitness space and bodybuilding and
Trey
like, what
is
did you do when you
very
were pushing
picky.
food to grow?
Chicken, rice, fruit, Rice Krispie treats. It was same
Basic,
stuff all the
basic,
time.
basic. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I like my food, but like I don't like sushi. I hate pizza. I think all that stuff is gross.
Wow.
But we didn't grow up eating that. Like we
Yeah.
grew up eating McDonald's our whole life. So it
So,
really
so a
wasn't,
free meal for you is like a burger,
yeah.
like you said. Okay, and
Yeah.
the dessert is a chocolate peanut butter thing.
Yeah. Or like ice cream. That's kind of my
Oh, ice
thing.
cream. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love desserts.
yeah.
If anything on Thanksgiving, I have a problem with the desserts.
Yeah.
Can't stop taking pieces of pie and stuff.
Well, sweet. Well, like we know we're all probably gonna run into this. We run into it every year. Clients are asking, what should I do with the holidays? How should I handle myself? Do I need to fast? Do I need to do a bunch of cardio? I remember a few years ago, a coach put out this whole protocol of what
Yes.
you need to do to get ready for your Thanksgiving day
Oh
and
my
what your
God.
workout needs to be, all high rep and stuff.
We
That way you
flamed
can
him a little
flood all
bit.
the body full of nutrients and stuff. So like I figured this would be a good topic for us to dive into because I'm sure we're all gonna get the same question. And at least years going forward, we can just send them this podcast and say, just listen to this,
Hmm.
and we just pin it, and then we don't have to keep dealing with the questions all the time because it's
Yep.
every year it comes up. I have a written out portion that I just copy and paste and send every year
Yeah.
of how I'd handle it. So I don't know
Okay,
how
so
y'all want to start with
if
it,
it's
but
on Thursday,
yeah.
you start fasting on Monday. Add an hour of cardio every day until Thanksgiving rolls around.
It's
Yeah,
out
I,
there, man. I know Jeff knows who I'm talking about.
oh, I know.
you want to
Oh yeah,
go.
yeah, no,
I
yeah,
completely tore him apart on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like, but the irony in that is it kind of I see the intent, but it's basically make you as hungry as possible and then sit you down in front of
Set you up for
people.
a binge.
Yeah, oh
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Just go
But
nuts.
it's also
Yep.
teaching them like the only way you can eat is if you do a bunch of activity. It's the same thing
Forcing
with the steps crap that we're seeing.
Yep.
restricted
It's terrible.
behaviors for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you have to earn your food or something.
you're not allowed, like you have to do this before you earn this,
Well,
right?
before I mean we get into what clients will do, I'll say what I do every year if I'm not prepping, if it's just like now where it's just like sort of an off season thing. What I like to do is I like to turn off tracking mode. So I'll wake up and I'll eat my breakfast, but it'll be the same foods that I always eat. I just don't weigh or measure it. So if it's oatmeal and eggs, whatever, it's whatever I feel like eating for that. And then I love going to the gym on holidays. I think it's fun because usually they're open, restricted hours. So you go there in the morning, you see everybody
Mhm.
that you would normally see at different points in the day, like all the serious people. So the vibe is always like immaculate, everybody's in there getting their workout done. Everyone's happy. They're going to eat later or whatever, just have a chill day. So I go and I always enjoy that vibe. Come back, eat a post-workout meal, again, of something clean, right? And then at that point, I'm usually getting ready to go wherever I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And then I just go and I eat like normally, I just think of it as like this is just a meal. And I make a plate and I enjoy it. I have a piece of dessert and I enjoy that. I maybe have a drink or something. And then depending on how late I'm there, I might have a second plate. And then when I get home, it's usually a shake. And that's pretty much how the holidays go for me, like most of the time. Now if it's a prep situation, you gotta be Tupperware life and do your thing. But also I just remembered, Jeff, do you remember the refeed we did that one year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had the Friendsgiving at my house,
Yep.
and that was just an all out like
Because we were all in prep and we made it so that day could be a refeed.
yeah.
Right. So we got up early, we trained, all of us are still on our diet, super deficit. And then we literally did an entire turkey dinner and then an entire, what
Prime
was it?
rib.
Prime rib dinner.
Prime rib, yeah. I had it catered. Yeah.
Like we ate the full meal and then just set up the next meal and ate that.
I think I ate half a pumpkin pie.
Oh, and then the desserts. Then we had dessert, of course, too. Yeah. Oh my God. That was so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. So
Good memory, though. Good
that
memory.
was definitely a good memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not something that we would encourage people to do, nor is it something that we do all the time. Like
No, that
like
was
how
literally,
you
that was like,
describe your holiday. That's how I do it.
yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine
And the
you guys
gym
are
thing
similar, right?
What's that?
I imagine you guys are similar, right, to what I just described.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that the gym thing isn't even like because like we want to like burn off calories so that we
No,
can
it's just
eat.
fun.
it's just like we just want to get our workout in because the gym's going to close early because it's just a normal day and that's just part of our routine. And it's nice to see people that you haven't seen in the gym for a while because people are home from like for the holidays visiting. So you get to see people that you haven't seen in years. So it's a very positive social environment. It has nothing to do with, being afraid to get fat or, depleting or it has nothing to do with that. That's not even in our minds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Does anyone do anything different than what I said?
I mean, for me, not really, just because I mean, last year was in prep, so I just ate, prep food and
Mhm.
then had a million questions as to why I was drinking a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
You know, one of
Yeah.
those things. Like, can you drink that? I'm like, yes, I can. End of conversation.
Yeah. Oh, so fun. So
I'm
much
like
fun.
2 weeks out, like,
Yeah.
yes, it's fine. As my
Yeah, all sunken in. Yeah.
look like I'm dead. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I would be okay if you would be quiet, please.
Dude, the last prep working at the gym, there was one guy, he'd walk past the desk or wherever and he'd see me and he'd go, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I'd be like, "Dude, I'm not terminally ill. Like, you don't need to do that. I'm fine." you
Yeah, yeah,
know, like I'm a little bit tired, I'm a little bit like agitated, whatever. But like you can just say, "Hey, what's up?" And like treat me like a normal person. It's like I'm not
yeah,
sick.
yeah,
It got so under my skin. And he was like, "Oh no, I didn't mean." I was like, "I know, but just don't do that, please. Thanks."
yeah. Like, are you okay? It's like, yes,
Yeah.
for the
But thanks for bringing it up though. Now I can think about it
20th
more. This is
time.
awesome.
I'm fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. Um, I mean, this year I probably would just fairly similar to you guys. I think it'll probably just be a case where I will get a workout in. I do on those days, I do generally decrease my meal frequency for the days. And that's something that I'll advocate to a lot of clients too, depending on the situation, especially the ones that maybe have multiple things to go to. Is, if you're eating 5 meals or whatever it is, we can very easily provide a little bit of cushion there by knocking it down to 3 meals for the day.
Yep.
You know, start a little bit later in the day. If you normally eat at 7 in the morning, like maybe just get a sleep in for an hour or two, maybe get a normal breakfast in, like Eric said, and then you're probably going to be pretty full for an extended period of time after you eat. So you shouldn't really need to put another meal down in 2 or 3 hours, right? So we can easily kind of condense that meal frequency down. And that's a very simple way to provide some cushion, right?
Smart. Yeah.
Without feeling like, and it's not an overly restrictive thing. You're just eating a normal amount of meals instead of a bodybuilder amount of meals for the
Hmm.
day, right? So I'll do that. Um, and then I'll probably do some of my regular steps and shit in the morning, but then that'll be that'll be pretty much it. Um, but that's just me personally, because again, I don't really have an urge to necessarily go nuts. Certain things I like better than others. The smoked turkey I like, so I'll probably eat a lot of smoked turkey.
Nice.
But beyond that, nothing too crazy personally.
Yeah.
I honestly only eat that one meal. That's just me. I'm
Yeah,
not a
Cool.
big
You don't
eater.
even eat in the morning?
Well, I'm not. I mean, dude, when I was like having to push to grow, I just don't enjoy eating in general. So, like, I don't think about it. Like, I could fast all day long if I wanted to. It just doesn't
Whoa.
phase me. But, like, usually I'm too busy doing other things. So I'm naturally busy. I just wait until we go to her parents. We usually eat around like noon, anyways.
That's
So I'm just
typical.
gonna fast till noon, maybe eat then and there. And then usually we do like a family painting thing. I always paint like a cat or something. So
Fun.
like I do that and that keeps me distracted. So I don't really need to eat and I'll eat enough in that meal that I might eat maybe a small one later that night.
Man, it's
But typically
wild
I
how
don't
people
fast.
are so wired like so differently. Like if I don't eat, I get so like I can't focus, I get into a bad mood. It's hard to think,
Mhm.
but it sounds like if you were dieting down, you'd just be like, yeah, whatever. Cool. I don't
It was
think
never really an issue. The food, mine was more like when I would die, it'd be the energy thing. It wasn't ever the
Yeah,
yeah,
food.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
yeah.
that's not a thing because like I have
Same for
zero
me.
issues with the food. It's just energy and like feeling dead. That's what always got me. So like it's not uncommon for me to, I think most days now I don't eat until noon most of the time anyways. And
And
then
you're
I'll
up
eat at
early.
noon, maybe 5, and then like 8 o'clock, and that will be my meals for the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. It sounds like, from what we've all talked about so far, I mean, for whoever will be listening to this, is that, there are two things I picked up on. Number one is that we go into the meal feeling comfortable. Like we're not starved. We don't like overly eat to enter the meal so that we don't eat as much. We don't do any like prevention or anything like that. We just like Trey naturally doesn't have an appetite. So he fasts. But Eric and I probably wouldn't fast because we like having breakfast, and otherwise we would enter the meal too hungry, and we may binge. So we just eat our breakfast and we train, we eat our post workout as normal. So we manage our hunger as normal. And I think another thing is like, from everything that we've all talked about, is like we go about our days as normal. We don't insert anything into it in preparation for this food. Some of us train, some of us don't. Some of us might take a walk with family, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think like even when I was competing, I was always like that. It wasn't like some special day, like
Yeah.
nothing needed to change. I'd eat my meals, I would go do legs that day with my training partner, come back, eat with the family, and call it a day. It's never
Hmm.
been about this special protocol. I think only
Yeah.
in prep is the only time I would change it, but even with clients, it's the same thing. Just do your normal thing. I think the only different thing I'm doing this year is I won't work on Thanksgiving. Usually I would typically work. This year, I'm going to leave my phone at the house. I'm not going to have my laptop with me. I'm going to be present with my wife and her family.
Good. Good.
I mean, that's probably the only different thing I would do compared to my normal
I
schedule.
think that alone is like what I try to tell people, not just for holidays, but maybe someone coming out of a diet phase or something, like, make the event about the event, not about the food.
Well, remember what it's about.
No.
It's about spending time with people you love and care about. It's not
Hmm.
necessarily about the food. The food happens to be there. It's like that with like all like gatherings or birthdays. There's so many events throughout the year. I always tell people like it's not necessarily about the alcohol or the food or anything. It's about spending time with people you love and care about. And so
Hmm.
that's what I've always tried to make it about with myself and clients is just take that time to spend with people. Actually talk about how things have been going outside of work and have those personal interactions that at least in our space, we don't really get that outside of when we chat or maybe if I'm chatting to
Hmm.
Austin or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah. What are some things that you guys are telling people in check-ins or whatever to get ready? Is it a lot of the same kind of sentiment?
So, yeah, I think largely yes, and there's maybe some particular situations that might warrant that, but it would be very difficult to say. What we wouldn't do is have a universal protocol because again, there's some context, but 80 to 90% of people are going to probably be able to follow that framework of don't go into the meal overly restricted and set yourself up for overeating. Like that's probably the golden rule for
Hmm.
most people. Um, I would say that sometimes outside of just prep, which is, its own thing, not a lot of people are still prepping at this time of year unless you're doing like
Nationals.
nationals or like a later show. There's just not a whole lot of shows left,
Hmm.
right? So beyond that, um, if I do have somebody that's maybe in a deficit, that could be a consideration. For men, depending on how low the calories are, we might be able to just kind of go back to what we said previously. Maybe for females, it's maybe slightly different just
Hmm.
because if they are on the tail end of it where their calories are fairly low, we might have to make some special considerations for that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One thing is as silly as it sounds is I might tell them don't have any other free meals the rest of the week. I know they're like, well, because they're used to, right? Like the
Yeah.
week
That's
before
just your
they're
free meal. Yeah.
yeah, maybe they're used to going out on Saturdays or whatever, Fridays. If we really need to, we might just say, hey, the Saturday before, which would have been what, a few days ago.
Hmm.
Let's try to skip, let's try to not have any free meals this weekend, as long as it's, not a dire social situation.
Hmm.
Let's wait till Thanksgiving, have it then, and then the weekend after, let's try to skip it. So basically, we're just giving ourselves a little bit of a cushion there. Definitely, if we can still get some activity in, that's always helpful, but I'm not going to try to stress them out to the point where, you have to do XYZ. Training, we're going to leave the same. 100%. Like, I'm not going to mess with anything. We're not doing depletion workouts, none of that bullshit. There are no supplements or anything that are going to benefit you in any meaningful way for that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, no glucose disposal agents or taking anything is going to do any degree that you're ever going to notice
No, no.
in that situation. So we'll just say that now.
You can't run some DNP the morning of.
Yeah, right. Run some DNP and take 100 units of Lantus
There,
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
when you get up,
Yeah.
right? But I mean those are the basics. I do have some people that are in deficits kind of on the tail end, and we are mainly just reducing their meal frequencies down for the day, like I said. And if I feel that it's a very touchy situation where maybe they're afraid they were going to overeat, I might say, hey, what do they traditionally have at your Thanksgiving? Let's talk about what you like,
Yep.
right? Let's talk about how to maybe strategize that a little bit better, as far as simple stuff we used to learn at the beginning. Protein is satiating, right? Vegetables are satiating. Yes, go in, fill your plate with those things first. I know that's so rudimentary and basic, but I think people forget because they go in and, if you've got like bowls of stuff out or munchies and things, like my parents have that stuff, right? They'll have like snacks and all this stuff sitting out. I mean, you start laying into that stuff, it's over,
Yep.
right? Because you've already put down 800 to 1,000 calories of just like, eating whatever. And then you
Yeah.
have your meal hasn't even started. And then maybe let's talk about what kind of, you know, choosing this meat over this meat or these sides over these sides. It's not a restriction thing necessarily. It's just kind of like, if we were to go to a restaurant and we wanted to be mindful of our calories, we would choose a lean steak over a ribeye. You know, it's no different than that in this situation. But I don't really like to have to do that. To be completely honest, like, I would prefer to not have to do it
Yeah, I didn't even really
at all.
consider getting into the specifics. I have a few more check-ins to get into tonight, but I've kind of just been telling people like eat normally going up to it, enjoy your meal, and then go home and have your next meal that would have been in line. That's going to replace one of your meals for the day.
Yep.
But I didn't say make sure half the plate is turkey or blah, blah, blah. I wonder if that would be better for the
Yeah, like
because
because what I
that's
normally
something
do,
I know and I do, but do they know
yeah,
it? Maybe
like
not.
I'll normally just say, hey, do all your activity beginning of the day, get it done. That way you don't have to worry about it or say, oh, I was bloated, couldn't do it.
Hmm.
And then I always tell most, I mean, if they're in a deficit or something, that might be different, but most of mine are not any crazy deficit. I have no like comp bodybuilders that are competing. I'm just gonna say prioritize protein, veggies. If you have fruit, prioritize that as well. Make sure you hydrate that day. And I'll simply
Oh,
say
that's a good one.
enjoy the
Make sure you hydrate. Mm.
yeah. And then I'll just say like take time to chew your food, be present. Don't just gorge it. Like eat, take a bite, take time to talk to whoever you're around. That will expand, allow them to be satiated more. And then I'll say enjoy the rest of the fixings as you deem necessary based off your goals.
Ooh,
That is,
put it on them a little bit.
yeah, because like I don't want it to ever come back like he's restricting me, but I don't want it to be like go out and binge. I'm trying to teach them to be adults
I
and
said
to
something
make,
similar. Yeah, I was like, I gave them the layout, and I was like, it's up to you how much progress you want to make this week.
yeah, yeah. And then I just tell
Similar
them
idea
like,
there. Yeah.
do your, if you're a Friday chicken, I will tell them do your photos, weight, and everything Thursday morning, send it to me. I will answer it Friday like normal. Do not get on the scale again until the next Monday or Tuesday. Don't mess with it. And then if you're a weekend check-in, I'm telling them the same thing. Do all of your stuff on Thursday. You can submit it over the weekend, but don't bother with the scale or do extra cardio or anything. Just get back to your normal plan. And then I'll also just say, have this replace your largest meal of the day. I'll usually tell them like, hey, this is your largest calorie meal. I'll also say, if possible, make this your last meal of the day because I want them to make sure they're getting quality nutrition at the start of the day. And then when they eat, just finish it out versus they eat that at noon. Like with us, we'll eat at around like noon or one. Let's say they eat a bunch, they're not going to actually get any quality nutrition the rest of the day. And then they might get the munchies, they might get hungry and they reach for other stuff. So I find if you get them satiated earlier in the day with their normal food and just replace their largest meal of the day, it kind of offsets things. And I found that to work best because my biggest thing is getting them to make their own voluntary decision versus me having to say, you cannot have this, you cannot have that. But there might be like digestive cases. Maybe I'll tell them, hey, you might want to limit this. Or if I know they're bingers, I might be like, hey, have a piece of pie, like a quarter slice instead of half the pie.
That's the
Or,
thing is like I agree with everything you're saying, and I have a lot of clients that are have a pretty normal relationship with food, let's say, and then I have a couple that, like you just said, are bingers,
yeah,
and I haven't responded to them yet, and I'm actually
yeah, give them
loving
stuff
everything
like
you guys are
that.
saying because this is great.
And
Yeah.
some I might even tell them don't train that day. Maybe they're high stress people and I literally they just need community and they just need to rest and not think about a to do. They just need to get up as their body lets them get up,
Hmm.
go through their process, and then when they're with their family or friends, they can just be surrounded with community. That's what a lot of people, I've noticed that I struggled with that and wasn't prioritizing that. In the last few weeks, I've made that a priority and notice how different I feel. So that might be another thing I give certain people is say, hey, I know you're supposed to train today. Just take the day off and just be around the people you love and care about. Just focus
That's
on that.
cool.
Play
Yeah, just
games.
lower
Like,
the stress.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, just be present.
nice.
Would you agree? I'm sure Trey would agree. You guys probably as well. I would say if outside of the people that are in prep, I have a lot of people that just need to learn that they can eat and that it's
Mm,
okay. And so really it's like I'm almost encouraging it. You know what I mean? Because again, you're not encouraging them to be reckless, but it's really these are the types of situations that they need to put themselves in
hmm.
to overcome some of these issues that they're having with food fear. And I have a gal right now that I just started with. She was actually a person I prepped once or twice. Regardless, she's not competing anymore, at least not for the time being, maybe in the future, and working through some health issues. And I'm like, look, I really want to like get a good grasp on the relationship with this right now. So if we do decide to do this in the future, you're going to be okay. Vacation was the first step. And went on vacation, and she was surprised how little guidelines I gave her on vacation, you know, similar to this situation. And she lost 3 pounds on vacation,
Hey, that
which
tells you everything.
I didn't plan that necessarily. And I kind of expected it could go either way, but I knew she wouldn't gain a lot. I figured at, maybe a couple pounds, like it wasn't going to be anything drastic, but that was such an eye-opening experience, because she's like, well, why did that why did that happen? I said, well, I think you know why it happened, right? Like, what kind of mood were you in? What were you doing? She's like, well, we walked a lot. I just enjoyed the food. I ate less meals during the day, but I pretty much just ate whatever I wanted. And people just need to be put in these situations. Like, they need to learn that because I guess you could just never do it forever for the rest of your life if I suppose that's not impossible to do, but man, it doesn't have to be like that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It really doesn't have to be like that. Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever is nothing that should hamper your progress as a competitor or a general population person. So the more that you restrict and put guidelines around these situations, the less you learn how to manage them in the long run. So I
They,
think people need to do this stuff.
yeah, they also aren't learning what to do when bodybuilding isn't around.
Like,
Like when you're in your 80s, what are you going to do? Like,
yeah, like
you be sitting there measuring out your rice, or are you going to be okay doing that? Or let's say, like,
I think
what
about that. I
happens? You
think
don't
about that
have something to
sometimes.
track. Like, face it, like, internet could go down a day and no one has a way to track.
Yeah.
You've got to learn how to be put in these situations and know it's okay. and one day is not going to ruin it.
Hmm.
Notice we're saying one meal or maybe one meal and a small meal. We're not saying binge the entire day or go restrict
I
right
think
away.
that's what people associate holidays as, though. Well,
Yeah.
like no one's gonna say it, but I think they like so many people go off the rails, like start drinking as soon as they wake up, right? And just the day
But I
is just
think
like a
it's like
bender.
the restrictive protocols that do that. Like I feel like us, how we're saying it, you're building that tolerance for them not to get burnt out and think when they have these times to do it, they're going to go all in. That's always tell people, like you deem what is necessary. I want them to build that tolerance to know, like you are voluntarily making a decision on what you want to do. I'm going to encourage you to do certain things, but I think how we're talking about is a good way to expand their tolerance on
Yeah.
things.
I
So
think it's because going back home and the holidays in general, is comforting for some people. And so their coping mechanisms kind of shine through, in that mindset or framework. And I also think that the holidays and family in general brings out some trauma too. For certain individuals. And, if they have any sort of unhealed relationship toward food or a perception of food or their bodies, they can default back to some of those actions. I think
That's
Mm.
that's
such an
why
incredible point.
I think
That's
that,
so
that's why
good.
it's
Yeah.
so tightly knit together, the holidays and just eating issues, drinking
so
issues. Yeah.
would you guys agree? I that's beautifully said. I think that if you I would say that for anyone listening, if you are struggling with these situations, there's a much deeper rooted problem there. We're talking about like how easy it is for our clients to maybe navigate these situations, but that's because we've been doing this work with them the whole time, right?
Mhm.
All the time. Like it's always something we're doing, whether we're maybe not doing it directly, but we're always doing these things in small dosages with them in all kinds of different situations. So I don't even feel that I have a lot of clients that I even have to put a ton of restriction on because we've just been actively working on these things if it's something that they struggle with all the time, every week, whatever, or as often as we need to. So when we do get put in a bigger situation, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever it is, birthday, maybe, right? We don't have to do much. But you're not gonna like if you ignore this stuff all the time and then you just think that you're gonna go into Thanksgiving or Christmas and use some kind of protocol just to get you through, you haven't really put in the work and you're gonna be in trouble. It's kind of too late at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would agree with that, but I think
Yeah, well, I
I,
mean the
I think
trauma
it's a
that's the
more
trauma thing
overarching
that
problem.
Jeff was just talking about. Like I always laugh every year at the amount of people that go, "Oh my God, I have to go home for the holidays." Like very few people are like, "Yay, I get to see everybody and go back to that." So hell yeah, it's triggering for so many people. So it makes total sense that you would comfort yourself by overeating. But just to repeat everything we're saying, there's no protocol that can fix that. That's the deep work. That's the mental health
Yeah,
stuff that you got to dig into
yeah,
Counseling.
with counseling. Yeah.
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 Nothing in the moment is going to fix it. I mean, we can maybe play some damage control, but it's such a larger problem, right? And I'm sure that I don't know about you guys. I'm sure my clients probably get sick of me. Like I'm always like challenging them, challenging their beliefs and thought processes a lot. And Jeff, you did it in the group last night. You shared that email chain
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
it was a great example. Like I do that stuff constantly and you're just you're just reinforcing you were being very logical, in
Yeah.
the email chain, but you were just kind of reinforcing like, hey, we've already got this covered. We're doing it. We're doing the right things. Everything's okay, you know, so on and so forth. And if you do that enough and you put yourself and you don't avoid situations the other 364 days of the year, you're going to be fine in these situations. Because if you do avoid everything all the time, you're not going to know how to handle Thanksgiving, right? If you have all that food fear because you've avoided having any free meals or you've just like locked yourself in your house the rest of the year to avoid it, you're not going to know how to handle this. But that's why we encourage people to do things at other points and times so they don't have as much food fear. And they go into Thanksgiving, they're like, wow, this is just it's another date night with my significant other. Just
Yeah.
happens my family's at this one,
And it's
you
and it's
know.
really just protein and carbs and vegetables, but cooked nicer. You know,
There's some
it's
Yeah.
not.
butter
It's
in there.
there's some butter in there. Really, that's all we're talking about. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing to be afraid of.
I
Yeah.
mean, another way to think about it is just like it's just a free meal. So if someone has trouble handling free meals or cheat meals or treat meals or whatever you want to call it, they're probably going to have the same food anxiety around Thanksgiving. It's just like it's a holiday, so it's just built up in their head, and then they have to which side do they show? Do they show the relaxed, normal side of themselves, or should they present themselves as the fitness guru or enthusiast or competitor? And
Well, it
you
does
have
it
to,
does suck when people know you as that guy, and then they're like, "Oh, you're eating? You can have that?" Like kind of like what you were
yeah,
saying, Austin. It's like just let me be normal, dude. Like, come on,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
stop.
but
So
if you
You
do it
know?
enough, if you're at those events and do it enough, it kind of phases off. I know like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valerie's family was like that all the
With
time.
you?
All the time. Because like
Yeah.
I didn't eat for years. Like our
Yeah.
first however many years we were together, I never ate at a family thing. It
Mm-hmm.
was only my food. I refused to
Mm.
do anything. Now the issue is they don't have enough food because when I do eat, I eat all the food. So it's like
That's funny.
one of those things, like now it's odd. Like now, like if you were to like watch our like wedding video where her dad's giving a speech, he looks at the plate like 3 times. He's like, "You're eating that much damn food," because it was so uncommon. But now that they're used to me being present with the family eating, it doesn't even phase them. It's never even brought up. They just kind
Mhm.
of now it's more like, oh, Trey doesn't like this because he's picky. It's not so much, oh, it's because of his health or his fitness. It's more
Yeah.
like he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So I think the more you like expose yourself to it, it gets better. And I think with these people anxious about it, it's almost like you're trying to force exposure therapy.
It
It's what
is.
it is.
Yeah.
It's
That's all it
exactly
is.
what I
It's
was
like
getting at. Yeah.
have a meal, like it's gonna be okay. And I've had some in the past where I've had to have them send me photos of their meal because they're that anxious
Yeah.
about it. And I've had to be like, hey, like you eat sweet potato, right? Well, have sweet potato casserole. That's basically the same thing. You have turkey, and I've explained it, and it takes a lot of like almost babying them and talking to them like they're a kid, even though I don't like it to sound like that, to explain like you're having the exact same thing. The only difference is you're having a little bit extra calories in there that you wouldn't normally have. And if you don't want that, remove it. It's fine, but eat with your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So the overarching theme here is that it's something that you have to the exposure is something that you have to practice on a regular basis as much as you can within whatever your goals are. I mean, everyone's goals are obviously different, but yeah, and then you get to do these things and you don't have to worry too much. Be nice to just show up. I know I was that way. Shit. Early on, I'll fully admit, I mean, would go to the gym, I do higher reps, I would do extra cardio in the morning and realize like that did absolutely nothing except for just make my day a lot more difficult and less enjoyable and provided no benefit.
I was
Ultimately.
obsessed with not missing meals because I had that old school thing of like you have to eat 6 meals, you have to eat every 2 hours, or else all your muscles gonna fall off. You know, so I remember eating my big Thanksgiving meal, and then 2 hours later making another plate, and then 2 hours later making another plate, and just forcing it down. You know, um, so yeah, I was like opposite bigorexia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So again, it's not that complicated for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in general, go about your day as normal. Don't try to, regulate your hunger in any shape or form. And then just think about some of the triggers that you may encounter, and maybe you can kind of soothe yourself by talking to yourself out of it, that you don't need to revert back to former habits that have kind of kept you stuck. But definitely don't do any sort of protocol to to get ready for Thanksgiving. I think that's extremely unhealthy. Yeah.
Do you think the all the peptide pushers are I'm waiting for their protocols to drop.
Oh, the Thanksgiving peptide protocol.
Thanksgiving peptide.
I'm waiting for it.
It's totally gonna happen.
There's got to be
I know-
someone.
I know that I have my information has been sold to all these websites, that I get like the newsletters and shit from the peptide sites. I'm waiting for someone's to drop their peptide protocol in my inbox.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I think it would be a high dose of SLU.
Something, yeah, some
Yeah.
Mod C and some SLU, or
Yeah.
maybe just load up on some Retatrutide and you won't be hungry for the
Then
day.
you won't be hungry.
Yeah, then you won't eat at all.
Cut it right at the source.
Yeah, that's the best option, right? You just don't eat at
You'll
all.
just feel ill. You'll just feel too ill to eat.
Yeah,
My God.
that's a good.
A great way to
Thanksgiving.
enjoy your day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You just feel nauseous.
Be
and you wanna-
nauseous. Sit at
Yeah,
the
you
table.
don't, have to, you don't have to worry about it.
That's great.
Ironically enough, but
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that covers it. I mean, I think
It's like
pretty
the-
straightforward.
it's like the least eventful holiday protocol podcast,
Yeah.
How?
I
but
mean,
the one that people need to hear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much more to it, Like we keep it real here. We keep it sensible, right? So
Sensible.
That's in
Very
the name.
sensible. Yes.
Isn't it?
that's it.
So, do you guys is there anything else coming up that you guys want to plug or?
We should
merch
probably
drop. Merch drop. Just the
Oh,
merch drop.
okay. Soon.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, we don't have a date yet or anything, but we should plan the well, at least I always call it Q4 because I end my year in January. So we should probably do one more workshop, maybe like mid to late January. We can find a time.
We'll do one as well, so we'll try to make sure we don't overlap too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun one last night.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, we had a good amount of people show up. I mean, it was like 20 something people. I think almost 30 people applied for it, and then of course, you get like half that actually.
People were kind of
So I think-
popping in and out as we were going.
Yeah, I think we had like 17 people, so that's normal, I would say.
Yeah.
I noticed one of the guys I mentor was there last night, and he's in Scotland, so he stayed up super late because like I don't want to miss it.
Oh,
wow,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah, I
That's
was
super
glad
cool.
that he made it. His screen was off the whole time. He was probably sleeping. But
That's awesome. That's really
That's
I thought
good.
it was pretty cool that he
people
made
put
it.
in that effort, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's valuable. People
Yeah,
like it.
no, it's good, and I can't believe that we were talking about this before we hit record, but we're coming up on a year of this podcast,
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
so that's awesome.
Episode 11,
11.
and then 12 will be our 1 year.
Yeah, maybe for our 1 year anniversary, we should do some sort of like a giveaway or something.
Ooh.
Come up with something,
There you go. Yeah,
some gimmick.
something given.
Brainstorm that. We'll brainstorm that.
We'll unlock Austin's peptide protocol.
Protocol. Yeah.
New Year peptide coaching.
Yeah. Comment New Year's to get my free
Yeah.
Free peptide
peptide
protocol.
protocol.
It's just an ungodly dose of Retta.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah. I need a discount code first though,
Oh yeah. Make sure you get that.
Yeah.
before
Kick
people
back.
order. Make some
All right,
money
guys.
off of them.
All right, boys. I'm gonna
Cool,
hit
guys.
stop.
Okay.
Sounds good.